How's it going, guys? My name is TJP and welcome back to another Madden NFL 23 Franchise Rebuilding Challenge. So in today's challenge, we've got the Minnesota Vikings 3-season try to win a Super Bowl. And injuries will be on like usual. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, let me know down in the comments below what video it is. Socials down in the description. We got a playlist down below for other Madden NFL 23 franchise content. And of course, check out my channel if I contribute TJP. And yeah, I got my aligners in, so if I sound a little strange, that is why, but it shouldn't be too bad. But if I do this a lot, it's because of my aligners. So anyways, let's get on the gameplay. Alright, so here we are, and let me just also remind you guys that this is meant to be for fun, so all these videos and the videos in the future are meant to be for fun, so are meant to be realistic. You know, these obviously can't be realistic, you know, EA can't predict real life. So yeah, anyways, just want to point that out there, in case anyone in the comments wants to give me the business. I mean, you can give me the business, but I'm just saying, it ain't realistic. Alright, let's take a look at the roster. That's all I care about right now. I want to try to win with the Vikings. We've got Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Harrison Smith, Adam Thielen, Eric Hendricks, Daniel Hunter, Zadarius Smith, Ryan O'Neal, Kirk Cousins is my QB, Patrick Peterson, got Alexander Madison, Jordan Hicks, Dalvin Tomlinson, Robert Wilson II, Louis Sign, or Cine, or Kind. I would say Cine, like dinner. Harrison Phillips was hurt. Trent Silver, Barry. I mean, you guys, there's some talent on the team. Definitely some talent on the team. Work to be done, but definitely talent here with the Vikings. So, let's take a look at that depth chart and see where we can upgrade our people. So, looking at the improved team function, what we got going on. So, goodness gracious, I'm sneezing like a madman. Tight end. Who's our tight end? Irv Smith Jr. He's a young guy. So we got Jared Cook. 35 years with Eric Ebron. For a 1-year deal. Could bring him in. Left guard, we've got Ezra Cleveland. Right guard, definitely no right guard. Maybe a Darrell Williams, maybe a Kyle Long, maybe a Brian Winters. Left end, pick up a D Ford. D Ford usually is usually pretty solid for a season, so I might look to actually sign him. I feel like he'd be a pretty solid pickup. So we'll pick up D Ford for a season. We have a little bit of cap room. I'm gonna double check if we have our picks, because I might look to make a couple trades here before we start simulating. And yeah. Let's see what we can make in terms of trades. I don't want to trade my first round picks. I expect this to be not very good in this first season, so let's see if I can make a trade though, and we'll go from there. 6 and a 4th round pick next season to the Bengals for Kappa. So a nice little right guard upgrade there. Fits the scheme of the team as well. That's just a small little trade rather, not signing. All right, Taylor and a 2nd round pick in 2024 to the Buccaneers for Hicks. And 2 5th round picks. 5th round pick this upcoming season for the Buccaneers, and a 5th round pick next season. Thinking there is we get a little bit of draft capital, and we also get Hicks, who's a solid guy that fits the scheme of the team and can help us out. So those are the only moves we're gonna make. I'll see you guys at the mid-season point where we'll see how good the Vikings are. Maybe we'll be good. Who knows? All right, guys. Well, we're currently sitting at week 8 right now, at 2-4. So the team isn't doing that great. Not scoring that well. Our offense is pretty bad. Our defense is decent, but yeah, our offense is pretty trash. Let's take a look at the standings. See, obviously we're sitting at 2-4. We're kind of in a bad conference too, but still, yeah, 2-4, not really good. But that's okay. I wasn't really expecting us to compete this season too well, so I don't know. Maybe unless we have a really good second half of the season, which I doubt we will, but you never know. Yeah, 2-4, not amazing, but we definitely need a quarterback for sure. I mean, Kirk Cousins, 9 TDs, 5 interceptions, 56 yards. That's not going to cut it. 80.6 passer rating, 61% completion percentage. Dalvin Cook, 409 yards, 4 TDs. Madison's got 3 TDs, 172 yards. Even Albert Wilson's getting a little bit of running opportunities, Justin Jefferson as well. In terms of receivers, Albert Wilson, my leading receiver for TDs, 500 yards. And we got Justin Jefferson. He's doing all right himself. Irv Smith Jr., Adam Thielen. Okay. okay. Not too bad. Not too bad there, but I mean, we're just not really passing the ball enough to really get a gauge on the receivers. Our block's been pretty solid. In terms of our defense tackles, got Kendrick 50, 49 for Patrick Peterson, 37 for Brian Asamoah II. In terms of sacks, we got 3.5 from Hicks, 3 from Zadarius Smith, 3 from D4, 2 from Hunter, 1 from Robinson, and half 1 from Kendricks. We got 4 interceptions between Peterson, Smith, Dantzler, and Josh Metellus. There's kicking Greg Joseph. We got Jordan Berry with the punting, and then Kenny and Kenny both on the punting and the kicking return. So our offense is terrible in terms of total yards. We're near the bottom in passing, and honestly, our rush isn't even that great either. We're kind of in the middle of the pack there, sort of in the bottom middle. And obviously, guys are throwing not very good. Yeah, we gotta improve our offense. That's something we're gonna have to do. Probably have to get a better quarterback. In terms of our defense, it's been in terms of total yards, been pretty solid actually. I gotta say, our rush defense has been near the top. Our pass defense isn't awful either, so that's nice to see. And we're really not letting. Yeah, we just can't score. That's our issue. So maybe getting a good quarterback, a better quarterback, could help us out. Maybe that's through the draft. Maybe that's through a trade. I mean, if I can get a quarterback now, I wouldn't mind doing it. Like a young guy, maybe like a Trevor Lawrence wouldn't be too bad, actually. I highly doubt we can get him, but I mean, I'll take a look. Let's see if I can throw out an offer. All right, guys. Well, we ended up going 7-10 on the season. We actually shut out the Bears 45-0 in our last game, but not good enough to make the playoffs. 7-10. Which is okay. I mean, it's not too big of a deal. It's not as bad as I thought we'd end up finishing, so okay. We're going to have a good pick, which is cool. We have our first round pick, so I'm fine with that. Totally okay. 7-10, first season, not a big deal. There's your playoff bracket, Green Bay and Dallas. Bottom right corner where my face cam is blocking it. How you doing? Pretty good. All right. Here are our stats. So, Cousins, got to get a new QB. I mean, he threw a lot. 29 TDs, 8 interceptions, 86.6 passer rating. It's pretty cool, but it's a little too many interceptions by liking. He's probably going to decline a little bit. It's not too bad, but if I can get if I can get an upgraded QB, though, I would not be opposed to it. But Dalvin Cook running as our running back, pretty solid numbers from him. Madison was pretty good as well. Kirk Cousins even actually rushed the ball pretty well, so that's decent. Friggin' CJ, we had CJ Ham have 4 TDs as well. That's pretty cool from him as our fullback. We had a lot of rush TDs, I gotta say. Albert Wilson was my leading receiver with 1,452 yards and 12 TDs. That's pretty insane. Adam Thielen was my second leading receiver. And we had Justin Jefferson, who got hurt for 5 games. That's not very helpful. Herb Smith Jr. And then Amir Smith-Marset. Our blocking could use a little bit of work. Darisaw kind of let up a little too many sacks, my liking. In terms of defense, Kendricks was my leading tackler with 139, then 108 for Asamoah. In terms of sacks, 9.5 for Hunter, 8.5 for Hicks, 8 from Smith, and 8 from Ford. And basically, it's like a big 4 right there. Wow, that's a lot of sacks between the guys. And also Kendricks getting 5 interceptions. 3 for Dantzler. And then these guys all had 1 down here. So that's pretty cool. Kicking, Greg Joseph was really solid. And then our punting, kick return, and punt return from Kenny. Offense, we ended up having 15th. Which actually isn't too bad. So our offense did pick it up a little bit in the second half of the season. You guys can see the rankings. And actually our defense took a bit of a decline in the second half of the year, ironically. In terms of, especially against defense, against passing. But total offensive yards, 15th in the league, right around the middle. So that's not too bad. Our passing was around the middle. And our rush was also around the middle. In terms of scoring, 27 points a game. We actually pretty good in that department. Yeah, defensively, our total yards was probably near the top. Yeah, well, near the bottom rather, per se. We gave up way too many passing yards. And our defense against the rush wasn't the best either. middle though. And then here's our points allowed, 492. That is third most in the league. So yeah, definitely took a hit there on the defensive end of the field. Joe Burrow wins the MVP, and then Nick Sirianni, Coach of the Year. So we got another 2 seasons. We'll just see who wins the Super Bowl, and then we got some work to do in the offseason. So I'll see you guys once I'm there. Cowboys ended up beating the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott wins the MVP. We had Jameson Williams for the Lions win Rookie of the Year, and offensively in Jaguars, Devin Lloyd Defensive Rookie of the Year, and you have to see the rest of the awards on the side. So I guess with that being said, let's head on to the offseason, do our re-signings, our free agency, the draft, etc., etc., etc. Negotiations. We have a decent amount of negotiations here. Let's see who we got to re-sign. I mean, Hicks, Tomlinson, Madison's a secondary back. Wilson, who had a really good season. Bradbury, center. Irv Smith Jr., tight end. So a few decent players. D Ford as well. Let's see if I can keep a couple of these on the squad. Offer some contracts. If anything, we'd always go into free agency with $44 million and try to fill out the rest of the team from there. So let's see who we can keep, and then see who we sign free agency. So I picked up a few guys here, but Hicks, Madison didn't want to resign either D Ford. I guess we can also offer Irv Smith Jr. a contract as well. I didn't do that. We'll give him maybe a $2 million a year salary, $3 million bonus. Will he sign that? No, he won't. That's fine. Let him test. No big deal. We'll have a little bit of money to try to tweak the roster. We also got our draft picks. So I guess with that being said, let's head on to free agency. All right, I traded away Kirk Cousins to the Eagles, as long with a 3rd round pick this year and a 5th round pick next year, for the Eagles' 27th pick. So now we have another 1st rounder for the squad, and I save a lot of money as well. So now I need a quarterback, but I save a little money there. So now we have a lot of money to play with in free agency, as well as maybe some flexibility for trades and things of that nature. So I'm excited about that. Fantastic. This is who we ended up signing for the team. We made a few few signings here. So we picked up David Montgomery. He's going to be a secondary running back. Max Williams being a new tight end. We got Samson Ebukam and then Larry Gunjobi being our ends on both the right and left side. So those are the only moves we ended up making there. So we got a decent amount of cap space. Obviously, we're going to have a couple 1st round picks here. Maybe try to draft a quarterback and a defensive tackle. We'll see those picks. But, all right, not too bad there. Let's head back to the draft. I'm going to go with Keyshawn Boute, our boot from LSU. We're going to take him because we do need another wide receiver. I think it'll be pretty solid for us. So we're going to go Keyshawn. Welcome to the squad. So there you go. There's athletic ratings. They look pretty good. Yeah, he'll be a nice little guy to have on the squad. Develop him. Another wide receiver. We got one more 1st round pick, though, so let me show you guys that. I'm just going to go with the best player available here. We're going to take another wide receiver, Jackson Smith Jigba. So we're going to take him. I took 2 wide receivers in the 1st round. I probably should have traded that pick, but you know what? It's all good. We're taking Jackson. We'll take talent, young talent, and maybe we can always flip them for something. They could have some value. So you guys see his athletic ratings. Look pretty good. So there you go. We're pretty deep now at the wide receiver, I feel like. Alright, so draft recap, here it is, in case you guys are curious. So we ended up taking Keyshawn Boute, Jackson Smith Jigba, we got Tanner McKee, and then Randy Watkins in the 5th round. So, pretty decent. I guess let's submit to start a 2nd season. Let's take a look at the team. I don't know if I like it or not. It's kind of cool, I guess. But I don't know if I like my quarterback. I don't know if I want McGee being my starting QB, but we'll see if that works out. I guess we could have Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson on the squad with Daniel Hunter, Harrison Smith, Eric Hendricks, Adam Thielen, Brian O'Neill, David Montgomery, Darius Smith, Dalvin Tomlinson, Jackson Smith-Jigba, Louis Cena, CJ Ham, Keyshawn Boute, Max Williams, Alex Kappa, Harris Phillips, Garrett Bradbury, Ezra Cleveland, Dantzler, Darisaw. I mean, there's definitely talent on the squad, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. We have a lot of good wide receivers, but if we don't have a good quarterback, it really doesn't make much sense to really utilize the wide receivers. So I don't know. We'll see how this team performs, I guess. But taking a look at the depth chart, like I said, yeah, Tanner McKee, and my QB. It's probably my weakest position, honestly. Cornerbacks. I don't have a cornerback really either. Chris Harris Jr. for a season wouldn't be too bad. Even like Anthony. Yeah, let's go Anthony Averett because he fits the scheme for one season. Why not? So we can improve there. And I'll also pick up. Should I pick up Chris Harris Jr.? Should we pick up Chris Harris Jr.? Nah, we don't need to. That's fine. Averett, Booth Jr. Yeah, that's fine. I think we're good on that. Kickers. Let's get a kicker. Let's get Will Lutz. Because why not? We'll get Will Lutz, and then we'll also get a punter because we need a punter. So let's go with Thomas Morstead. Why not? So there we go. We got them on the team. Doesn't make us too much better, but it'll do the trick. We'll see how Tanner McKee, I guess, does. We'll give him a tryout. In terms of our pick situation, I still have my first round pick. We still have a lot of cap space as well, so there is a lot of flexibility with this team, which is good. We have a first round pick. Don't have a second round pick though, but we have our first round pick. So if I need a big trade for something, I don't care what it is. Like, I'll make the trade if we wanted to say screw it and go running backs. I could do that. We'll see. And then trade Montgomery for something. If I wanted to just run like a Dalvin Cook and then give me some other really good running back that's better than David Montgomery. David Montgomery's probably been pretty good in the secondary, but I don't know. Either way, I like the team. I think we could be pretty decent, but the only fun to simulate. So I'll see you guys in the midseason. So we are at the midseason, and the team is actually sitting at 4-3 right now, which isn't too bad. And if we're looking at our stats, they're actually not too bad. Passing is decent. Rush is okay. Our defense has been good. We just haven't scored too much points, but we're still 4-3 right now. It's not too bad. We're in the hunt. We're in the playoff hunt for sure. So I'm liking that. Here are the standings for everybody else, in case you guys are curious. So let's take a look at the stats, see how everybody's doing. And I don't know. Do we want to make a trade, or should we wait? I mean, Tanner McKee's actually not doing too bad. 15 TDs, 4 interceptions, almost on 2,000 yards, 101.4 passer rating, 61% completion percentage. That's decent. We'll take it from him. That's not too bad. In terms of our rushing, Dalvin Cook's been pretty solid, 478 yards. Dave Montgomery's my secondary's been pretty good as well. So that's not too bad there. We got Mon down there. Okay, yeah, it's decent. Jackson Smith Jigba has been my leading receiver, 514 yards. Then we have Adam Thielen with 507, then 472 for Justin Jefferson. He's got 5 TDs, and then Max Williams pretty solid at the tight end. So that's not too bad there. Dalvin Cook, David Montgomery getting some touches as well. In terms of our blocking, it's looking pretty decent. Bradbury and Neal let up 5, 4 for Darisaw. It's not too bad. In terms of tackles, Kendrick leads the team. Then Smith, he's got 41, 10 of those though are 10 for tackles for loss. Then Asamoah, Smith, Lewis. I mean, yeah, pretty solid there. And then our sacks, Hunter, Smith lead the team, then Phillips, and then it goes down from there. Joby Kendricks. In terms of interceptions, 2 for Eric Kendricks and Andrew Booth Jr. Then we've got Asamoah second, Harrison Smith, Dantzler, and Anthony Averett. Will Lutz my kicker, not doing too bad. Then punting, kick return, Deshaun, and then punt return. Okay. Offense, 14th, not terrible. Our passing is, if I remember correctly, is top half of the league. And then our rush is, like middle-ish. And yeah, our scoring is at 23.9, which is could be a bit higher. I'd like it a bit higher if we could get it there. In terms of our total yards defensively, we're done really well. Defended pretty well against the pass, and we defended pretty well against rushing as well. I'd say for the most part. I mean, could be a little bit better, but we haven't allowed a lot of people to score on us, so that's pretty good there too. So far so good. I mean, unless I want to make a trade, I kind of want to hold off. I really want to hold off, but at the same time, it's like I kind of want to make a trade. I'll look for something, but I may not make one. We'll see. If I can get like an incredible deal, I'll make a trade, but if not, I'll just hold pat for the season. All right, 2 first-round picks and a 6th-round pick to the Rams, and we're getting Aaron Donald. Fits the scheme. That's huge for our defense, so that's a pretty good pickup right there. I know I traded away 2 first-rounders, but you know what? We'll still have a first-rounder in 2026 to trade. We still have a couple seconds and thirds, and that helps our defense. I don't even know if we really need help there, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. It's going to make our rush defense even better. We're going to get more I mean, that's a good pickup for us, so I like it. We're going to rock with the rest of the team as the way it is. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We ended the season making the playoffs. Wild card. We're the home team now because we won our conference, taking on the Falcons. Went 9-8, which isn't great, but you know what? Luckily, we're in a weak conference, so it made the playoffs. That's nice. Sitting at 9-8, not too bad. So hopefully we have a good season and build upon this, because I think we'll lose against the Falcons. But you never know. Maybe we can beat them. There's a playoff bracket in case you guys are curious. We're in the bottom right corner, so cool stuff there. All right, 9-8. And you guys can see our rankings. Our rush per game did improve slightly. I mean, great defense. Offense, in terms of scoring, we didn't really score that much. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Not too bad. It was okay. I mean, Dan McKee had a pretty solid season. Over 4,600 reception yards, 30 TDs, 6 interceptions, 60% completion percentage, 100.8 passer rating. I'll take that from him. We'll definitely take that. That's not too bad. Dalvin Cook, pretty solid season from him. Montgomery also was pretty solid. So these guys were good. Like to see that. Our receivers, Justin Jefferson was my leading receiver in yards and TDs. He played all 17 games this season. He had a nice season. Jackson Smith, Jigba was pretty solid. I mean, really good for a rookie. Thielen had over 1,000 yards as well. Max Williams, my tight end. Cook, Kayshawn's out here. I mean, Kayshawn, it's tough. I want him to play, but there's just not enough space when we got 3 good wide receivers. I mean, I could trade Adam Thielen. I could trade him and then maybe let Kayshawn get some PT. Maybe. He's a potential trade piece. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we trade Justin Jefferson. Blocking, it was alright. O'Neal and Darisaw, a little thin on that tackle spot, but Eric Kendrick led my team in tackles. Asamoah was second. Third was Smith. I see 20.5 sacks from Aaron Donald. Well, that's why you pick him up, man. He was great defensively. Hunter was good too. Smith had 6, 5 from Phillips. Kendricks had 1.5. Larry Joby had 1.5. There was interceptions, 4 from Averett. Kendricks had 3 interceptions. Boot Jr. had 3, and then Osamoah had 1 for Smith, Dancer, and Leonard. Kicking, Will Lutz, or Kimikine. Punting, kick return, and punt return for Kenneth. So offense, 12th, pretty solid in terms of total offensive yards, so top third of the league. And our passing, I feel like, was kind of the middle. Our rush, though, was pretty good, though, I gotta say, near that top half of the league. And yeah, we just didn't really score enough for my liking. So we'll see if we can maybe play some good defense and score a little bit better in the playoffs. We are taking on the Falcons, who had a really good defense in terms of total yards. Wait, no, that's wrong. They had the worst. No, wait. Total offensive yards. No, they had a great defense. Yeah, they didn't let people, advance on them. Yeah, they defended well against passing. And then their rush defense was also pretty solid. So that could be tough. I mean, our rush defense is here. Our defense wasn't too bad. Pass yards allowed. Yeah, we're right there with them. So, I don't know. Maybe we could play some good D. Who knows? We're second in terms of not allowing people to score. So we'll see. We'll see in the playoffs. Can we handle the Falcons? Carr was the MVP. Rill was coach of the year. I actually thought about acquiring Derek Carr, but I was like, eh. Anyways, let's see if we can beat the Falcons. So we're going to simulate. And if we win, we advance to the divisional playoff. If we lose, go to the offseason. Okay, so we beat the Falcons. And we are taking on the 49ers in the divisional playoff. If we win this, we go to the NFC Conference Championship game. If we lose, we go to the offseason. That's pretty much what happens, right? So let's see if we can beat them. Okay, we did beat them. We beat the 49ers by 3 points. We are in the NFC Conference Championship game, taking on Seattle. If we beat Seattle, we go to the Super Bowl. We're the home team. Can we win? Let's find out. Nope, we lost by 6. Could not get to the Super Bowl. Good run, though. Gotta say, put up a good run. Lost. I hope the Seahawks don't win, and if they do, it's because they have friggin' Bryce Young. I know they have Bryce Young, by the way. I'm honestly hoping for Derek Carr. Go Derek Carr, please beat the Raiders. Come on, Raiders. I don't know. Let's just see who wins the Super Bowl and then go to the offseason. How did the Seahawks go from worst to first, man? They freaking draft Bryce Young, and he's gonna win Super Bowl MVP. No, Trey Flowers did. Did they draft Bryce Young? Maybe they didn't. Well, Spencer Rattler. Whoever the hell is on the friggin' Buccaneers, man. Every time, they always have like a quarterback that just like wins every year with them. I don't know. Jalen Carr was the defensive rookie of the year for the Texans. You guys see the rest of the awards there, but man, oh man. Seahawks just seem to win the Super Bowl somehow, some way. I don't get it, but we got one more season. We got to within one game of the Super Bowl, so I mean, third and final season. Maybe this is our chance to win it. So let's see if we can make some improvements with the team, some internal improvement, and try to get back here next year. All right, so we have about 66, 67 million. Got a few guys up for contracts. Hunter, I'd like to re-sign him. Kendricks, I'd like to re-sign him. CJ Ham, nah, not that important. Cleveland, Dantzler. Okay, there's some decent players I wouldn't mind keeping here. Mainly Hunter, Hendricks, and I guess Cleveland and Dantzler wouldn't be too bad. But I don't mind even going to free agency with a decent amount of cap. But if I can keep these two especially, I'd be pretty happy with that. So let's see if we can negotiate some contracts here. Right, so I was able to re-sign Kendricks and Cleveland. I'm just gonna let the rest of these guys walk. We got 41 million, about, more or less. Yeah, let's see if we can sign in free agency. We're gonna have a decent amount of cap space, so let's see if we can try to pick up some players for the squad. So we had a pretty big free agency. Not gonna lie. So I picked up Derrick Henry. I'm going with the Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook running back situation. I have David Montgomery. I'm gonna flip him. I'm gonna flip some guys for some different players, but Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry. Okay. Also picked up Darren Waller. He can be a new tight end. Got Eric Kendrick back. Got Javon Kinlaw to be my defensive tackle. Got Ezra Cleveland back. And I picked up Rigoberto Sanchez to be my punter. So that's a pretty good free agency if I've seen one. So let's advance. I'll see you guys because I'm probably going to make a trade. Not going to really draft anybody on this draft. So I'm going to make some trades to try to round out this team a little bit. Alright guys, so I didn't end up making a trade there, but I will say in my third and final season, we might make a trade to start off, but we'll see. For now, this is the squad. Justin Jefferson, Aaron Donald, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Darren Waller, Daniel Hunter, Brian O'Neill, David Montgomery, Eric Hendricks, Jackson Jigba, Jerry Smith, Harrison Smith, Keyshawn Bout, CNA, Kinlaw, Cleveland, Harrison Phillips, Garrett Bradbury, Dalvin Tomlinson, Christian Darrisaw, Andrew Booth Jr., Alex Kappa, Cameron Dantzler, Max Williams, Sanchez, Tanner McKee, DJ. Yeah, this team is definitely pretty good. I'll tell you what, this team is solid. This is a solid team right here. Very, very solid. Let's take a look at the depth chart here in terms of the improved team. I think I need a kicker. Our quarterback's still kind of thin. Centers, C+. Bradbury, Cleveland. It's not too bad. Left end, we got Harrison Phillips and Sezzy. Cornerbacks, Andrew Booth Jr. is not too bad. Kicker, let's pick up Daniel Carlson for his season. Why not? We'll sign him. I need a kicker, so boom, Daniel Carlson. I don't know if I can really make a trade. I mean, do I want to trade David Montgomery? Maybe. I should. Just because I have two really good running backs. I really don't need David Montgomery. I'm sure I could upgrade somewhere else. Like, I don't need David Montgomery. I have Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook. So, do I really need David Montgomery? Probably not. I'm going to see if there's any trades I can make for him. If I can find a really good offer. Maybe a cornerback and a center. Or defensive tackle. Probably cornerback, though. But let's see if I can find a trade here for Montgomery. Montgomery, a 3rd and a 5th round pick to the Browns for Newsome, the 2nd, and Taylor. So we improve our cornerback and right outside linebacker spots. 2 guys that fits the scheme. And clear up a little log jam at the running back position. 2 4ths and a 3rd round pick to the Saints for Rick Stromberg. So just some center depth there that fits the scheme. Yeah, not too bad of a trade there. I think that's the only move I'm going to make, though. Those are the 2 moves. If I need to make a move at the mid-season, I will. If I have the space to do so. But I'm good with the team the way it is now. We should be solid. Okay, so this team is 3-4. Interesting. Our defense has been terrible. Holy hell. Well, we're going to have to make a trade for sure. 3-4 is not good. Oh, right. That's not good at all. The Packers are 6-1, and we're 3-4. I thought this team would be better, and we're not. That's a problem. So let's take a look at the stats, see what the hell's going on here. So, obviously, we don't pass well against, we don't defend well against passing. Darren McKee's been okay. Throwing too many interceptions, though, this year. But he's been pretty solid. Our rush, Henry and Cook have been pretty good. Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. They got to run the ball a little more. Ken McKee, Justin Jefferson, not doing too bad there as well. He's actually got a few opportunities. I mean, Jefferson's been pretty solid. The receiver as well. Smith, JSN's been pretty solid. Kayshawn, Darren Waller, good pickup there for us. Obviously, he's been pretty good. The receiver's doing pretty solid. Our blocking has been pretty good for the most part, except for Darisaw. Kendricks, Asamoah, Newsome, Smith leading my team in tackles as well as Dantzler. In terms of sacks, we've got 5 for Donald, 2 for Hunter, 2 for Kinlaw, half for Kendricks and Smith. We got 6 interceptions, Booth Jr., Kendricks, Asamoah, and Smith. And then someone else there, I forgot who it was, Dantzler. Our kicking, Carlson's limits 2 field goals, Sanchez punting, kick return, and punt return. So, our offense has been pretty good. 9th in total offensive yards. Our passing is near the top. Our rush is kind of in the middle, 744. And we're scoring 32 points a game, which is near the top of the league. Defensively is where we've been pretty bad. 2nd most yards given up. We've given up the most passing yards. I will say our rush defense has been a little bit better, but it's even down a bit. And 218 points is near the top of the league. So we kind of been struggling on defense. So I can make a trade here for a couple defense people that might help us out. I also think our defense will step it up in the second half of the season, I feel like, but I don't know. How much money do we have? Do we have any money? $3.04 million. We're making a trade. Let's do it. 2 seconds to the 1st round pick to the Rams from McCullough, Forbes, and Duvernay. So we get a defensive tackle, a cornerback to fit the scheme, and we get another wide receiver. So that's it. That's the last year we're making. Hopefully that'll fix this team and turn it around in the second half of the season to make the playoffs. I mean, I think we can. 3-4. It's not too far off. And out of the stretch of the imagination, we make it. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Hopefully we can get there. Okay. Our team gets so much better, yet we only go 8-9. What is that about? Seriously, what is that about? Are we injured? Do we have injuries? Troy Dye. Maybe that's why. 8-9. Come on, guys. Seriously? 8-9. The Packers went 14-3. Who did they even have? Oh, God, man. Well, we didn't make the playoffs, obviously. You guys saw. All in for nothing. Couldn't make it. How did we get to... I don't know how we got to the NFC. We couldn't even... It's unfathomable. Sometimes the cookie doesn't crumble your way. Tanner McKee had a solid season. Threw a little too many interceptions. 33-16. It's not terrible. 209 yards per game. 97.7 passer rating. Decent season. Rushing, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook. Nice little duo there. McKee. Jefferson had a couple rush opportunities. Max Williams had a few rush opportunities. JSN, Justin Jefferson, and Kayshawn each had over 1,000 receiving yards. Darren Waller, not too bad there. Kayshawn also had 14 DDs, which was impressive too. That's not too bad. Blocking, pretty solid, except for Darius, so I gave it 20 sacks to my liking. Tackles, 151 for Kendricks, Asamoah with 120, 99 for Smith, Newton 92. In terms of sacks, Aaron Donald led the team, 70.5 sacks, 6.5 for Hunter, 6 for Smith. Calla had 3, 2.5 for Kendricks, Kinlaw, and 2 for Phillips. Interceptions, 4 to 3. Kendricks, Smith, Boot Jr., and Dance over 2, and then 1 for these guys down here. Kicking, Daniel Carlson, 10 to 16. That's how to cut it. Punting, kick return, and punt return. So, 13th offense in terms of total yards. Pretty solid. Our passing was, I'd say, like top half of the league. Our rush was in the top half. Scoring wise, we were pretty solid. So our offense wasn't the issue. Defensively, bottom 5 in terms of total yards. We just did not defend well against passing. People just passed the ball against us too much. Our rush defense was good. Yeah, we just allowed 466 points, which is, it's not terrible, but like, not really good enough to get the job done. Did we lead the league in penalties? We had a lot. Oh my god, penalty yards. Yeah, we were top 5. Okay. I don't usually look at that, but that's a problem. Maybe we have some hotheads on the team. Josh Allen MVP, coach here Mike McCarthy. Oh, well, at least our playoff streak stays alive in terms of every team making it at least once. But gosh darn it, man. I thought this team would be good enough to win, but unfortunately it wasn't. According to EA, at least. Alright, well, I guess let's just see who wins the Super Bowl and close out the video. Actually, before I do that, let me show you guys the playoff bracket really quickly. Here it is. Falcons and Giants are in the bottom right corner. Okay, now let's simulate to the Super Bowl end of the third and final season and see. Cardinals beat the Ravens. Bryce Callahan, Super Bowl MVP. You guys see the rest of the awards. Marco Bass from the Buccaneers and Larry Hackett from the Lions. Offensive, defensive rookies, respectively. Well, let's go to the full screen and close out this video. Well, we got through a couple seasons. Got to the NFC Championship in our second season. Couldn't advance. What are you going to do? I guess with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, though, leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments for more videos. Social down description. Plays down below for other Madden NFL 23 franchise rebuilding challenges, or not challenges, just content in general. And of course, if you like my content, just outside of that, check out my channel TJP down below. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. See you soon. Peace.